Okay, I'm back here with part 2 of my update for October. First, I'll just quickly show you a few that my mom got. I haven't seen any of them, I don't think, but first up is Candyman. I actually did start watching this one, but about a half hour through, I just couldn't get into it anymore, so I quit watching it, but I think she liked it pretty well. I can't really remember, but from what I saw, I really didn't care for it. I thought it was really stupid. But then again, I'm not really into these kinds of movies in the first place. But anyway, there's the inside. Next up is The Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. This was like $5, I think, at Sam's Club. Since Patrick Swayze died, they've been putting out some more of his movies for pretty cheap. And there's the inside of that one. Next up is a new release. It's Wrong Turn 3, Left 4 Dead. Really don't care to see this. I saw the first one, and I liked the first one, but I never did watch any of the sequels. Like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of these kinds of movies. I mean, some slashers are okay, like ones that actually have a story to them, but when it gets to ones where, like, it's all about people getting hacked up and people eating brains and eating body parts and a bunch of other stuff like that, I just think it's too nasty, and I just can't stand to watch it sometimes. And this one in particular I've heard pretty bad things about, so I really don't see the point in watching it in the first place. Next up is The Shaft. It's some movie about people that are stuck in an elevator. I don't know. She turned it off about halfway through, so I'm assuming it was pretty stupid. There's the inside of that one. Okay, now it just fell on the floor. Okay, and next are the rest of my DVDs that I got. The next one is Bonnie and Clyde, which is another one in the top 250. I found this at Walmart for just $5, and I figured you can't beat that. I mean, I know this is a really crappy edition. It was probably just taken right off the VHS and put onto a DVD and has no features whatsoever, but I figured for $5, that's not that bad of a price at all, so I went ahead and got it. And the movie itself I thought was okay. I didn't think it was brilliant. I mean, I know I do probably need to watch it again to see if I appreciate it anymore, but yeah, it's about this guy. His name is Clyde, and he's a troublemaker. Like, he commits crimes and he robs banks and does a bunch of other stuff like that. And he meets this girl named Bonnie, who's a waitress, and they form a relationship with each other, and he gets her into doing the same crimes that he does, and they basically form like a gang, and they go out and they start robbing people and stuff like that. I thought it was okay. I probably do need to watch it again. There's the inside. Next up is a anime film. Normally I'm not a huge fan of anime, but this one I actually thought was really good. And this one's also in the IMDb's top 250. It's Grave of the Fireflies. This is a really good movie. It's about this family it's set back in World War II, like between the Japanese and the Americans. And anyways, it's about this family. They witness all the bombings in their country, and the mother is killed, and the brother is left to take care of his little sister, and they're basically left to fend for themselves. And then, of course, they start suffering from malnutrition and stuff like that because they can't find food, and it's a really sad movie. I definitely do recommend giving this a try because it was pretty good. And it really does, too, open your eyes to how bad it is to be in a war like that. But, yeah, it was definitely a very good movie. I would recommend giving that a try. It's a 2-disc edition. If anybody else here has seen this movie, I'd love to know your thoughts on it. And then, next up is a Disney movie. This was actually only $10, and it's a Goofy movie. I used to watch this on VHS when I was a kid, and I finally found it for just $10, which is kind of surprising since it's a Disney movie and they tend to go for pretty expensive prices, but I went ahead and got this because it was pretty cheap. And I hadn't seen it in forever, and I recently watched it again, and it wasn't as good as I remembered, but it still wasn't bad. It's about Goofy, of course, who we all know, and he has a son named Max, and he feels like he's not spending enough time with Max, so he forces him to go on a fishing trip with him, and then of course a bunch of stuff just goes wrong the whole way there. I thought it was okay. I would recommend giving it a shot. Okay, and the last thing I have here is a box set that has 3 movies in it. It's a Halloween box set. It has the final 3 movies in it, or at least I think it's the final 3 movies. Anyways, I'll go ahead and show them. Now, I haven't seen any of these yet because I don't have many of the other movies, and I'd like to be able to watch them in order, if you know what I mean. So that's why I haven't seen any of these. But first up is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Wait, they have these snappy things here. I didn't know they had those. And there's the inside of that one. And basically the rest of them look exactly the same, so I'm not gonna open them, but we also have Halloween H2O, which I've heard pretty good things about. And then we have Halloween Resurrection, which I haven't heard very good things about, but if any of you have any thoughts on these movies, I'd like to hear them. I just haven't watched them yet because I'd like to be able to watch them in order, and I only have the first 3 of the other movies, and I don't have the 4th and the 5th one, so I want to wait until I get those so that I can actually watch them in order, if you know what I mean. But yeah, if any of you have any thoughts on this, I'd like to hear them. But yeah, that's my update. I know I didn't have a whole lot. I should have a whole lot by Christmas. But yeah, that's my update, and I hope you enjoyed it.